it's just a different type of hike here in the open like this with these crazy rock features that are just in this one spot. So unique. That's why you subscribe, because we're going to take you to a place like this.
There's a birdie.
Oh yeah, there's a birdie up here.
There's like a little arch right.
Oh yeah, there's a natural arch hole right there. Good. Close to noonish, everybody. We are here for another video, and we are in Montana again. Today we are, I don't know what the town, I don't know if there is a town really. A town we went to was called Baker. We're just south of Baker in Montana at a place called Medicine Rocks State Park, just off the road here. And we're gonna do, well, there's like 2 hikes here, so we're gonna do them both, I think, and drive around and show you some of these medicine rocks they have here all over. So it is a Monday. It is July the, let me double check, 20th, 2024. We are here around 11 o'clock. It's a beautiful day. It's like 85 degrees, supposed to get warmer, so middle of the summer, gets nice and hot out here. This first part here, we're gonna do the Dalton Trail. So let's see, historic and prehistoric carvings you see here are valuable historic resource. Observe the images and inscriptions on the rock, take pictures, but do not touch the images. Come into contact with chemicals and oils in your hands are harmful, can cause these historic treasures to erode away quickly. They are working trained historians to map and record many inscriptions and prehistoric carvings on the rocks. Please help us by avoiding contact with the inscriptions. So yeah, they said when I looked at the brochure they handed out with the map, they said, so the information on this is these are formed by the ocean, when the ocean was here. So that's what was left over after the oceans left. And then they said for a lot of years the Native Americans were living here. So that would make sense if there's inscriptions here. And then as we drove in, I don't see any right now, but on these rocks there was basically vandalism carved in. Oh yeah, I guess there is some here, you can see. Go a little off trail here and show you just a little bit of it. That there is some vandalism here, unfortunately, and this is just a little bit. As you can see, John and Sarah, Will, just other people just unfortunately carved their names and stuff in the rocks. There's some here, and it seems to be all over. There were some really bad ones though as we were driving in. It's really disappointing people would do that, but some of them do look old, so maybe they were done 30, 40, 50 years ago, and they're starting to wear away a little bit. So hopefully that continues. That's unfortunate. So we're gonna do this hiking trail here and see some great views of the Medicine Rocks down this trail here, and then we'll go deeper into the park and show you there's another trail at the end of the park and go there. There also is a lot of camping here, so if you are a camper, it's a great spot for camping. If you're coming through the area, there's not a lot in this area of Montana. It's pretty remote. Okay, looks like Micah is about ready. Rebecca is about ready. You ready, buddy? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's get going. we've been hiking for about 5 minutes. And I got a quick question. I don't know what the heck those are. So we'll be on that one, but we've been seeing these, and they kind of look like those things we've seen in Arizona, but I don't know what they're called or whatever. We've got these little like fruit things or seed pods on them. Yeah, those ones too. I think I've seen them with the flowers before in Arizona. So I don't know if it's the same thing or something similar. There's some more. If you know what those are, I'd be curious. Looks like we're going into some farmer's land because there's a bit of a fence here. I don't know, but look at this landscape here. This is what we've been seeing here in Montana. It's just kind of these lightly rolling hills with these fields of wheat or whatever, and just nothing. And then this cool park just pops up in the middle of nowhere here, and you get these cool rocks. There's actually this really cool house maybe 10 minutes down the road or so, right on the canyon. And there was like this big open canyon space that looked like Badlands, like we saw up in North Dakota, and some of the stuff we saw at Makashika yesterday, these Badlandy areas. So just interesting topography, landscape here. This is very Wild West feel out here for us. Me being a Midwesterner and you being from the Northeast, a very different landscape than we're used to seeing. Makes it extra cool. Now, we've been just sticking to the trail here. I believe we're allowed to walk around if we want to, but we're gonna stick to the trail. You're not supposed to touch the rocks, like I said earlier, anyway, so other than getting some cool pictures, there's no real reason to go up any closer. But maybe at some point as we're walking, I'll find some that are a little closer to the trail, and we can kind of dig in a little bit and see what they look like. Just really cool. Never heard of this place, just found it on Google, looking around for something to do between where we were in North Dakota and the next place we are heading, which is Devil's Tower. Trying to find something at lunchtime to kind of get out of the car and stretch our legs and see something interesting, and this sure as heck fit the bill, right?
Yeah.
Looks
Now,
like...
I don't know about him stretching his legs, because he ain't doing a whole lot of work here.
Yeah, he stretches his arms, he reaches for things. That's about it. Look at that pointy one there. Looks like a Dr. Seuss thing there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, and another thing with this and the other state park was manned. This one is completely unmanned, I believe. So we just need to treat these parks with care, as if there was somebody here manning the park, you know. I can tell, especially at this one, it's so remote that there's nobody working here, and the bathrooms had a warning on them that they're only cleaned intermittently, so use them at your own discretion. So I don't think these are really patrolled very often. So it's important that if you do come to a place like this, or this one in particular, yeah, look at all the seed pods on that one. If you do come to these types of places, let's not abuse them. We'll use them correctly so that the next person can use them, and let's not climb all over these things or etch our names into them. Oh, we got a doggy. Oh, we got a couple doggies. Okay, yeah, look at those. Let me get into there. See if I can get in there easy at least. Huh?
We're waiting for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll find different ones. Yeah. Here's some more names carved in the rocks right here. Some right there and up there. Do not do that. I'm gonna just peek in here a little bit. This area looks cool. And I'm watching around for things. That was a bird. Just worried about, you know, snakes really. Not a lot of people here, but I just did want to get closer to some of these. Wow. And give you a good idea of what it's like. This one looked a little extra cool. Oh, there's a bunny. Give you a little extra look. I mean, these go all the way up in there, all the way around, and you can see these holes that were dug out probably from the ocean water, and then by wind and rain and erosion. Now the birds and stuff I'm sure live in there. And again, we got people putting their names and writing all sorts of stuff in them here, which is again unfortunate. Okay, wow, such a cool place. Okay, let's continue to walk here, get some steps under us, and I'll come back with something cool. Yeah, so I'm just looking at this one here now, and you can see right there's like footsteps carved out. So I'm thinking that's got to be maybe the Native Americans going up in there and cutting those out, not like these people here who are just graffitiing their names in. That's very purposeful. That would take a long time. So I guess that would be a Native American carving that in, and then, you know, living or hanging up in there, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of cool. You can see it's step by step all the way up. Very cool. That's what I'm gonna hope and pray that that's what that is. Very cool. Yeah, now we're kind of, trail's taking us right up close to some of these, which is awesome. I don't know how tall they are, but I would guess some of these are 50 feet or so. Quite tall. And it's just a different type of hike here in the open like this, with these crazy rock features that are just in this one spot. So unique. That's why you subscribe, because we're going to take you to a place like this.
There's a birdie.
Oh yeah, there's a birdie up here.
And there's like a little arch to the right.
Oh yeah, there's a natural arch hole right there. Yeah. Yeah, this is why you subscribe, because are you going to be driving in the middle of nowhere in Montana to check this out? Likely you're not. If you are, you should definitely stop. But either way, you should subscribe to the channel, as that helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything. You just go down below and hit that subscribe button. Like the video while you're at it, why not? And tell us in the comments. All that stuff helps us. It costs you nothing, and it gets more people to watch our videos. I enjoy making them. I hope you enjoy watching them. Wow. So cool. What does this say here? Oh, what?
I don't know. It looked
Oh.
like
Something. Oh, it's a animal spine of some sort. Let's see. Home on the range. If you had been a Texas cattle baron in the 1880s, the endless miles of lush grassland and open range surrounding Medicine Rocks would have seemed like heaven on earth. Enormous cattle ranches running thousands of head each once dominated the Montana prairie, but during the winter of 1888-1889, the deep snow and severe cold decimated herds by up to 90%. The barons eventually moved out, but some of the cowboys stayed behind and established their own ranches. They found success by putting up winter feed, allowing cattle to survive the harsh climate. Soon homesteaders moved in, and the towns of Baker and Ekalaka sprang up. Cowboys, sheep herders, and settlers all appreciated the beauty and uniqueness of Medicine Rocks. It was popular for picnicking in the spring, summer, and fall. In 1957, Medicine Rocks became a state park, protecting it for future generations to enjoy. Yeah. And we were kind of talking about that earlier, where this, her parents live in Arizona. We've been there quite a few times. We're kind of familiar with the southern Arizona area, and a lot of this kind of starts to feel kind of Arizona-y, but we're so far north that at certain times of the year, you know, they could get a foot of snow here or so. So they get some extremes in this area, making it really different. Wow. So gonna keep on walking. I think we're getting close to the finish of this hike. So let's get on going so you can see some more. River ran through it. If you had visited Medicine Rock 61.5 million years ago, you would have needed gills to breathe. A vast river once flowed through the region, depositing layers of underwater sandbars along its deep channel. Over time, other rivers buried the sandbars with mud. Eventually, the rivers dried up. The mineral-rich groundwater saturated and buried grains of sand, cementing them together to create sandstone. Millions of years later, erosion exposed the sandstone at the prairie surface. Wind began sculpting soft sandstone into the mottled pillars, arches, and buttresses you see today. The fragile landscape is constantly changing and slowly disappearing. Please respect the natural process by not defacing the rocks during your visit. Thank you. Yeah. So, they said when the natives were here, part of the reason why they stayed here is obviously there's like caves and shade where there's nothing else around in the area, but they were also collecting the seashells. So they were finding seashells here and using them for whatever they were using them for, but they were collecting them here because it was the ocean at one point. Pretty crazy. Okay, looks like we're getting to the end of the path, because this is the campground where we drove past before we started filming. So we're gonna have to walk back on the road back to where our car is, and then we'll have to continue on at the end of the road. There's another small path, and we're gonna see what's out there as well. So that was a nice little hike. I got just over 3/4 of a mile on that. I guess if we finish the loop here on the road, it's gonna be closer to a mile, but not too bad. And it only took us 25 minutes. So we're doing good. So far, so good. What a great hike this has been. Perfect lunch stop, I think, right?
Yes.
Cool. So let's head back to the car, and we'll get to the end of the road, and there's another little path at the end of the road. Just goes out and loops and comes back. We'll go do that one as well. See if there's anything drastically different, or if it's just more of the more awesome Medicine Rocks around here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've zipped over here to the end of the road, and there's one more trail. This is the Sunset Loop Trail. I wonder if that's, you call it Sunset Loop because it's awesome at sunset. So I guess the sun would set that away, so it would be pretty sweet. This is just supposed to be a loop, so I think it's this one here we're going to take. Just a little bit about the Sioux Indians that were living here. Making sure okay, we lost a hiker. He decided he was done. He had seen enough Medicine Rocks, so he's gonna head back to the car and relax. But I'm just gonna run out here real quick, just because we've seen basically the whole park, which is really small. It's not a very big park, but if we're here, might as well get out here and see the rest of it. So it looks like we're ready to get some cool views up here, these Medicine Rocks. Yeah. There's a little path over here, just a little spur trail. I wanted to get some more views here, and I thought because I can get the shade, I can kind of show you a little bit better here of how big these things are. You can see the caves and stuff in here. It's very cool. Okay, so the end of the path looks like it's just up there somewhere, not too far. Yeah, probably just over that ridge is the end, and you can see that set of rocks there. So let's continue on and get to the very end. Where'd my path go? There it is. Let's get to that end and see what it looks like. I think this is getting, there we go, to the end. There is just nothing out here. You can just feel how insignificant you are and just how enormous the space is when you're out here. So it looks like there's another fence up here. That we're gonna have to pass through to get to this last set of Medicine Rocks. Now, it looks like this is going to be the end of the road. As you can see the fence here, there is no hole in it. This is just a turnaround here. So you can just see them from here, but I guess these are on some rancher's property. Cool. Wow. What a stop. What a stop. Okay, so I'm going to start heading back to the car, and we're gonna head to our next destination, Devil's Tower in Wyoming. I think it's about an hour and a half south of here. Straight shot. So we need to get on the road and get there so we can enjoy some time there. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button now, comment below if you made it this far into the video. Just leave a comment telling me you made it that far, what you liked, what you didn't like, whatever it is. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. This is about as far west as we're getting on this American road trip. We're gonna head back east, a little south and then east. So we got plenty more coming, lots more fun stuff to see, and you can experience it with us. So until then, we'll see you in the next one.